Right, we back. What is going on? Bitcoin had a nasty, nasty rejection due to more war news, which is crazy because I thought it'd go a lot lower. So it only went down to 103,500. I was hoping for 100 and then it can bounce off that. But why is it holding up so strong? It seems like people are believing in it. It's kind of crazy to think, considering it's come up from probably $100 from zero. It's mad. If we go to the fear and greed, hopefully we're getting some fear in the market. It's still at neutral, man. I want a proper flush into fear. Maybe even extreme fear. It'll give us awesome buying opportunities as well. If we look at our eToro performance portfolio, things are down just because of, obviously, the Israel-Iran news that is going on. Still in profits overall, but nothing crazy going on there yet. And if we look at, I've actually followed this trader, and he's telling me that hype around $37, $38 is a good buy. Obviously, you want tight stop losses. 107k, and then he's expecting around about this level. He's seen that happen actually. That's the logical move. Bitcoin's approaching the key support level, and it did actually reach that, which is crazy. Maybe you guys want to follow this guy too. All I want to do is actually look at gem hunters and go over to the overall analysis. It played out from the last update. It couldn't close above 107. Daily RSI is rejecting off the signal line. Seems the market is waiting on the negotiations talks before making any big bets. If we go over to the Twitter, the bookmarks would be a shame if we bounce soon. Market makers liquidated Bitcoin longs, the DGen switched to shorting. Yeah, I think we are going to go a little bit higher. Eventually 110k does seem like the target, but it looks like for the RSI to come down cleanly, retesting the oversold region, we may have to come down to the blue area. I just feel that that's eventually inevitable. It doesn't feel likely yet because it's holding up so strong, but eventually it will give you opportunities. You just have to be patient. I wish this war BS was over so we could all get back to trading meme coins and getting rich. If only it was that easy, my bro. I've heard you were down as well a lot. Virtual's ACP chart caught my attention. So these all have an actual use case and they interact with each other. I'm learning more into it, but this is definitely something to keep your eye on. The Virtual's ecosystem is nothing like I've seen before. World War III talk is plastered across every major headline, tariffs being used like blunt instruments, geopolitical chess on every front, yet the market holding firm. Risk assets aren't collapsing, they're consolidating. China is urging its citizens to leave Israel, serious development that shouldn't be ignored, but here's the truth no one likes to admit. Markets are forward looking. By the time the fear hits the front page, the smart money has already moved. Shorts have been squeezed dry, liquidity is low on the downside, volatility is elevated but not disorderly, a sign that capital is rotating, not fleeing. This is how cycles mature. What feels like peak fear often marks the beginning of the next trend. Once crisis becomes consensus, markets start climbing walls of worry. The crowd panics, the professionals accumulate. You think the big players are selling here, they're buying your fear again. That is crazy. He knows he's one step ahead, that guy. I can tell. A good trade cuts a bad trade. A great trader cuts the pattern that caused it to ensure it never happens again. Buy a crap ton of game and thank me later.
Again, we're looking at the main characters here. But before we get to that, I want to show you guys something. And that is right here. We're talking about game, man. And I can't believe people are sleeping on game. Okay, so for this particular one, we're putting in 10k or 10%. All right, and what is game, guys? Game is the official framework and or underlying tech that powers the ACP and makes everything possible, okay? Now, it's the infrastructure, guys. Guys, crazy. This is what makes everything possible, okay? This is why the ACP is running right now or is about to run. And it's also down over 10x from its all-time high of 400 million, right? My expected all-time high for game later part of this year will be 700 million FDV or more. Targeted profit should be 22.5x or $225,800. Francis Dune, Uncensored.
That's mad, you know, because game actually looks alright. I actually liked it and I sold it before the crash, but it's holding up better than I thought. I thought it'd collapse, but people are actually liking it currently. It's holding this sort of floor. It had a floor beforehand. Imagine buying it there, 4x lower. But now it looks like a decent buy, especially with the way the project is moving. Iran has bombed Pump Fun. Pump Fun got dusted, man. It got banned on Twitter. Look at this meme. This is me, bro. This is the majority of traders. Yeah, that's mad, bro. That's literally how it wants to work. For me, I haven't actually experienced that. Usually it works to my advantage, but maybe not. You might want to add this Tesla setup to your watch list. Why? If you're a fan of Luxargo, you're in good hands. Just consolidating at the top end of the range before the next up move. Patience will pay. I was actually talking to a friend about this. The low for Tesla is actually right back when in 2019. I know it's a while ago, but it was like $15. At some point, is this chart not going to fully correct? Everything's so overbought. That's why Warren Buffett doesn't want to go near this garbage right now. He wants to buy it low and sell it high, not the other way around. And all these robots and things are probably priced into the price anyway, so I don't know. I don't know. Institutions buying, banks buying, Trump's buying, retail's bearish. Does that make sense? While you sell your back, smart money's buying them. Are you listening? ETH is mispriced digital oil that could hit 80k. These are the sorts of articles we're going to be hearing closer to the top, man. Because I don't think it's hitting 80k, not this cycle. Maybe in the future, maybe if AI and everybody does use it as a currency, but not now. These articles are just getting numbers, and that probably marked the local top. Breaking: Netanyahu warns that New York City could be attacked if America does not join the war against Iran. No way they're threatening people to come on their side. 5 years of sacrifice or 50 years of struggle, the choice is yours. Yeah, bro, you might as well sacrifice them 5 years, I can't lie. Total 2 testing the diagonal resistance here, and it's about to make a breakout. Hopefully. Or it could go lower. Who knows? You don't know, bro. Stop pretending like you know. To the haters, I love Hyperliquid. Genuinely appreciate everything they've built. But seriously, who's buying at nearly 50 bill? How is the risk reward even remotely reasonable? If you think it's going to 500 bill, I'd actually love to hear a constructive take on why you believe it'll be worth more than ETH and Sol combined. And if you don't think it's going to 500 bill, then why the hell are you even buying? Facts. That is a proper take. CoinShares files S1 for spot Solana ETF. You've seen what institutional money has done for ETH. Sol is about, no it's not. I completely, and when I say I completely disagree with this. Solana's been on a generational run. It's had a proper bull market, and ETFs tend to mark the local top. So as soon as this news comes out, it may pump a little bit, but then it's over. And I'm telling you, everybody's going to feel max pain with Solana, thinking it's going to go up.
The dude from Louis Vuitton is selling you the f***ing pipe dream, mother. What is he selling you? That the Louis Vuitton bag is gonna make you dope. He conned everybody. There's a verse in the Bible that says, at the end of times, the merchants will deceive the entire world. Bro, design, that's all a scam. It's a gimmick. It's a facade. It's a capitalization on the identity of individuals. If I was to take away your car, if I was to take away your designer, what would be left? The dude from Louis Vuitton.
Designer is a scam. All you need is 11 flips. No, you don't, you degenerate gambler. It's compound interest. And obviously I don't believe in interest, but over time, once you start making the correct decisions and you lose less and make the wins that are a lot bigger, then you win over time. We are very close to alt season. We shall see, dog. We shall see. I don't believe any of these lot. I don't know if you've noticed, but every epic entry on the best low cap is closing up. This is the little by little part. We are about to hit the all at once part. Alt season. Hopefully alt season for Omekame. This is incredible. Foreigners hold 26 trillion more in US assets than Americans hold overseas. The net international investment position measures the difference between what a country owns overseas and what foreigners own in that country. For the US, the imbalance has doubled over the last 5 years. As a percent of GDP, this metric has reached approximately 87%, making it one of the largest deficits amongst developed nations. This comes as foreign investors continue pouring money into American stocks, bonds and other assets. Additionally, the value of these assets has grown rapidly, particularly in stocks. The US market is beyond dominant. I'm a foreigner too. That's probably what it is. It's probably all my money. I wish. Iran says it is preparing for the largest and most intense missile attack in history on Israeli soil, per Iranian state media. What is going on, bruh? US car prices are back on the rise, the average one costing approximately 10,000 higher. You need to save yourself from inflation, bruh. It's difficult. Israel Prime Minister not interested in peace talks. Risk appetite is through the roof. This scares me, because a lot of retail investors are still here. They account for 54% of the total volume. Usually they buy back in at higher prices, which is when you want to be exiting, which is very worrying. Crypto will destroy you mentally before rewarding you financially. Only the strongest minds will win.
Difficult air. The price of oil should shoot up. This is a pretty easy guess to make. The world's most advanced technical weaponry is going to be flying all over the Middle East where oil is produced. Shipping is going to become difficult. Airspace will shut down. Instability in the region. And oil is required for everything. It's required for every car, petrochemicals, plastics, etc. Probably one of the most used things on the planet, and the place it is produced in is about to enter a stage of war. World War III, perhaps. The price of oil should skyrocket. The reason the world is a complete mess is not because I can put 10 or 20 million into oil futures and make a quick return. It's a mess because I can probably make a higher return on random meme coins that have no utility, no value. They don't power any vehicles. They don't do anything important. They're just a giant Ponzi scheme. Because we're now living in a world where the young generation understands they're never going to escape the matrix via hard work or dedication or building anything of value. Their only chance of getting out is gambling on junk and hoping to dump it on somebody else, using them as exit liquidity so they can be rich enough to afford rent while everybody else starves. If the fact World War III will not give me a higher return on oil prices than I can get on a random meme coin that means nothing at all, doesn't show you exactly how broken our monetary system is, you don't have a clue the mess you're living in.
True.
To crash. We had the Bitcoin halving over a year ago. Okay, so everyone is waiting for Bitcoin to crash. We had the Bitcoin halving over a year ago. Bitcoin's already surpassed all-time highs. It sort of seems like now is the time that Bitcoin's going to pull back and we go into a bear market. But what if this time is different? So hear me out. Right now, we're on the brink of World War III. Tensions are escalating between Israel and Iran, the US, Russia, China, Pakistan, India. It is kicking off. But despite all of this, Bitcoin is resting very securely at around $106,000. It is literally acting like a safe haven asset. Also, let's not forget that Wall Street has been accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum at these prices. Since January, billions of dollars has flown into the Bitcoin spot ETF and the Ethereum ETF. And Donald Trump's Truth Social has just filed for a Bitcoin and an Ethereum ETF. Nation states are also buying Bitcoin. El Salvador just increased its Bitcoin position. MicroStrategy again just bought more Bitcoin today. The point is, Wall Street, nation states, BlackRock are accumulating Bitcoin above $100,000. Bitcoin is basically consolidating at its all-time high. Never before have we seen this. This isn't Bitcoin consolidating at 30K, 50K. It's consolidating close to its all-time high, which essentially establishes a new floor. And we know that a new floor is being established just because of how well Bitcoin is holding up despite the world being on the brink of World War III. Everybody loves to talk about these 4-year cycles, but has it ever occurred to you that perhaps the 4-year cycle is officially dead? The smart money has officially arrived and it's completely disrupted crypto as we know it.
What if you're just chatting breeze and we're heading down tomorrow? Who knows, man? I haven't seen the altcoin market so bad before. Feels worse in 2022 bear market.
Okay, so
Bitcoin
everyone is
pumping
waiting
at
for
least. I think BTC will range in this triangle until 18th, 19th of June. After those dates, I think we'll have a green candle to the upside, and that finally, after all the dominance and destruction of alts, they will start to activate without them constantly 8 times in a row pushing the dominance up and down. They will make you believe like there will be no alt season when they are just preparing to do that. Hopefully, G, that would be beautiful. I hope so. We've been absolutely wrecked in this market. I can't even lie. This is Luna, man. Communicating with agents. I actually like this, man. The way that they're going in terms of virtual. Doesn't mean that the price is going to go up. It just means that there's something to be keeping an eye on for sure. Because it's communicating with the video director, man, and the meme generator and the IP token maker. It's mad. It's crazy times, bruh.